Welcome, everybody. It's Movie Show Plus, and it's the end of 2024. Can you believe it, Mr.
No,
Greg Russell?
no, already? I mean, actually, I'm not even kidding. It seems like it just turned 2024 and now it's over. Wow.
We must be
Wow.
getting another year older as well. I'm Tom Santilli, of course. I mentioned my partner, Greg Russell. It's great to be with you here for another year, Movie Show Plus. This is our year-end special. We have a lot of cool stuff coming at you in this half an hour to kind of, rally in the new year and see what 2025 has in store for all of us.
A
I
lot
don't
of good
know.
stuff to come. Mhm.
I'm kind of bracing myself. I don't know. I might get a little into that New Year's Eve champagne a little more this year than normal. I don't know. What, do you have any plans for New Year's?
Our usual, just hanging out here at home. Hanging out here at home.
Okay, okay.
We always make the joke like when I was a young guy like you know, we
Yeah, yeah,
we'd go out
yeah.
and party all night long and get home, whatever time. Now it's like, you know, I'm home. Leave it to the amateurs for the day, and we're good.
Yeah, well, I've been watching a ton of movies lately. I'm excited for the Critics' Choice Awards, which are coming up in January. We are both a part of the Critics' Choice Awards. They just released their list of nominees.
Mhm.
I'll flash a link on the screen here for people to go check out the nominees if they would like to. That Critic Choice Awards are on January 12th of 2025, and it's going to be taking place live on the E network this year for the first time.
Oh,
Uh, Hosted by Chelsea Handler, who's done it the last couple years, and it'll be next day on Peacock. So, really excited for that, Greg. I'll be out there. I know that I heard you might not be out there this year, so I will definitely represent, Detroit as I go out there and live it up and rub shoulders with the stars.
well, fabulous. Yeah, you'll be on that coast. I'll actually be on the other coast. I'll be doing some movie stuff in New York on that same
Yep.
week. So we got it. We're
Yeah.
coast to coast, Tom. That's us.
That's what we do, man. And it's going to be a fun year again. 2025 is also, fingers crossed, the return of the Oscar Gala, the great event that we've put on with the help of Ruth
Yeah.
Daniels and the Maple Theater, which sadly went away in 2024.
Yeah.
But the Oscar Gala will live on. We're hoping it's going to get pulled off at the Rooster Tail in downtown Detroit this year. March 2nd is the date. Me and
Okay.
Greg are going to be there. And we hope to get you a lot more details on what that will entail as we get closer and closer. January also is Oscar nominations. It's just weird that we're through another year of movies and everything.
It honestly has gone by quickly. I mean, I wasn't even joking. It's like,
Yeah.
gee, December already.
Yeah, but here we are, and Greg, we have a lot again to be thankful for. We both, have great families. We have great fan base. We love what we do. We love that we get to do this for a living. But there's also some great movies that we have that we'd like to celebrate as we get to the end of 2024. We're gonna just show you guys some clips of our top movies of 2024. But in general, Greg, we won't give any spoilers out till it actually plays. But
Right.
in general, kind of, what were your thoughts overall on 2024 in terms of the quality of movies, or did anything jump out at you? What are your thoughts just on movies this
Well,
year?
especially once we got closer to the end of the year. I mean, everybody's still talking about Gladiator. Wicked, I think, has just been wickedly surprising. I mean, I shouldn't really say
Yeah.
surprising, but just wickedly good at the theater.
Yeah.
People are still going back to the movie theater, and that is so great too. I've loved it
Yeah.
because when I've been out to other screenings, I've seen like this mob of people going in to see it. And it's like, great,
Yeah.
great. Go to the movie theater and enjoy that movie.
This year also the movies. It's no question the industry has changed. The movie theater experience has changed. But as bad as people are talking about the sky falling on the
Mhm.
movie industry, this year also had Inside Out 2, the highest grossing animated film of all time. Deadpool and Wolverine, one of the highest grossing R-rated films of all time. There's a lot of people still going to the movies, and I just really encourage people to still try to support what they can on a local level. But go to your theaters, buy the expensive popcorn and the candy. Why is it so expensive? Because that's the only way that the theater is making money. So I was
Right.
always raised to just buy that. Hey, okay, it's $10. Well, it's kind of like putting a donation to make sure I could keep going to the theater.
Oh yeah, I mean that's something I even think about back when, when it was the COVID time, as we all talked about,
Mhm.
how I would go to excuse me, some of our local theaters, like the Imagine or wherever, and just buy the
Mhm.
popcorn and take it home. Because
Yeah,
right, it's like,
sure.
hey, want to help you out because they did have the stands open so you could go in and get your stuff. And it's real movie popcorn. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's great. Yeah, and so well, we got our this episode has our best movies of the year coming out. We have some more cool stuff from you. Again, you never stop. You're one of the hardest working men in showbiz.
I
We got
try.
some cool interviews coming your way this episode as well. And I have a special sneak peek of a local film.
Oh,
Just it's an unbelievable story of a movie that's called Aladdin 3477. And what it is it's a sci-fi film produced completely, shot, edited, written by none other than Matt Bush, who is a Michigan
God.
native. He's one of the most talented artists on the planet. He has worked for 30 years doing artwork for Star Wars and Lucasfilms and various projects across Hollywood, comic books, posters, trading cards, you name it. And I got to be among the very first people on the planet to see Aladdin 3477, which is a film that he shot partially in Michigan, 15 years in the making, and it comes
Wow.
out on January 3rd, coming up on video on demand. You can find it on Amazon, Apple, amongst Fandango, some other platforms like that. We want to support Matt. We want to support Aladdin 3477 because it's a great movie, but we also love just supporting, again, local talent, local filmmakers, and that's what Movie Show Plus is all about.
You got it. You got it.
So, without further ado, Greg, let's continue rolling 2024 towards its bitter end here. Here we go with our episode of Movie Show Plus. We'll see you at the back end.
All right, let's take it away.
So, I cannot believe where I'm at and what I'm about to be doing here. I am with none other than this guy, Matt Bush.
Hi.
Uh, Filmmaker now added to the repertoire. Artist, Star Wars artist. You do everything, man.
Yeah.
How excited are you to show Aladdin 3477? Because this has been a labor of love. You've been working on this film. You're a Detroit, well, I shouldn't say Detroit. You're a Michigan native.
Yeah.
And you've been working on this movie.
For
You see the shirt.
15 years now. Oh my gosh.
And I'm about to see it.
Yeah.
I'm the first press person in town to see the movie. I'm so excited. Matt just gave me a tour of his house, which has to be seen to be believed, because it is dripping with creativity, which of course is what you would expect if you know Matt Bush, and it's got me pumped to see this movie. Stick around, because I'm going to also tell you what I think of the movie afterward.
Yeah.
And I hope that you guys can check it out as well. It's everywhere on January the 3rd.
Yep.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Where can people find it?
On Apple TV Plus, Amazon Prime, Fandango at Home, and a bunch of other streaming services.
And real quickly, just tell people a little bit about it, or what you would want people to know about this film going into it.
So it's essentially Aladdin set in the far future. It feels a lot like Indiana Jones. So it doesn't have a rating, but if you're wondering if your kids can watch it, it's probably not for little kids, but if your kids are old enough to watch Raiders of the Lost Ark, then they're definitely old enough to watch this. I would say that would be the good bar. But it kind of looks like Star Wars set in Asia, and it's the first of 3 films that are all filmed, and they're a lot of fun. It's a really good popcorn film.
And it's the epitome of independent film. I mean, this is something that you created from concept down to every small detail of the production of the film. And again, you've been working on this thing for over a decade. I know the Michigan film scene has been buzzing about this movie for a long time, and it's about to be available to the public. And how does that make you feel? Like knowing that it's on the cusp?
I'm so excited. A lot of people have been waiting for this for a long time. No one more than I, and I can't wait. And you're like the first like professional person that gets to see this. So I can't wait. I can't wait to hear what you think.
Well, we're gonna show you guys at home the trailer for Aladdin, and tell me, do you say the numbers? What's the preferred way to say the title?
Well, it's kind of difficult because in the year 3477, how will they say that year? Will they be like, it's the year 3000?
Yeah.
3,477. I'm guessing they'll say 3477.
3477, and it's the Djinn of Wisdom, which is the title of the film, right?
Yes.
Aladdin 3477, the Djinn of Wisdom. Here's the trailer. I'll see you on the flip of it to let you know what I thought. And Matt, let's get into this theater, man. And I got to show people the theater as we walk in there because it's just too cool.
Oh yeah.
So we're here. Look at this.
Got snacks in the front.
Yeah, unbelievable. This is in Matt's home, by the way, everybody. So let's do this without further ado. Aladdin 3477.
Oh, sure. Regal monarchs and maharajas handpicked by my father. My life is brimming with romance.
We're better than this, Fiji. We belong up there.
You must throw me the lamp at once!
No one asked you.
Wow. So I just got done watching Aladdin 3477, The Djinn of Wisdom, part 1 of a planned trilogy of films. Matt, I gotta say, man, I am authentically in awe of you creatively. You know, I know you as an artist. And when I think of an artist, you know, that could mean a lot of different things, but I think of you in front of your table, like drawing stuff.
Yeah.
I now think of you as a completely different
Oh my gosh.
kind of an artist. And people, I really, really think people need to see this movie. January 3rd, it's on demand on things like Apple and Amazon, right? Things like some other platforms. What were they again?
Fandango, Apple TV Plus, Amazon Prime, Hoopla,
Okay.
if you have a library card.
And yeah, man. So everybody out there, check out this movie. It's so creative. It's so fun. I described it to Matt after the movie. It felt almost like a whatever comfort food would translate into a movie.
Yeah.
That's what this movie is. It's just a lot of. It makes you feel good. It's kind of what you love movies, and I think that's kind of what inspired you. This movie obviously was inspired by the movies that excited you
For sure.
as a child and as an adult.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I tried to make another movie that I grew up with that I love. Like it's the one movie that I didn't have when I was a kid that maybe should have.
Yeah. So there's 2 more coming. And yeah, again, I can't recommend enough. Local filmmaker Matt Bush. Thank you, man, for screening it.
Yeah.
And I hope everybody can find it and comment about it online and tell their friends to watch it because I really think that it's one of those ones that people are going to like.
Awesome. Thank you. January 3rd.
He's coming.
He is coming. He is coming.
As a kid, I was really afraid of stuff. And in making horror movies, I get to explore fear and also control it. Hi, I'm Robert Eggers, and this is the origin story of NOSFERATU. When I was about 8 or 9, with the help of my mom, we acquired a VHS of NOSFERATU. And I was just really struck by how this version distilled the Dracula story into a very simple fairy tale. The past really speaks to me. So it's most interesting for me to think about who we are and where we're going from where we came from. When I was in high school, I had the idea of doing NOSFERATU as a stage play that would be a silent film on stage with black and white makeup, black and white costumes, and super titles. And I thought maybe it was a silly idea, but my friend Ashley Kelly Tata said, no, that's a cool idea. So we directed it together, and it cemented the fact that I wanted to be a director when I grew up. With your first feature, you have all these ideas about the movies you've wanted to make that have been brewing and growing with you, and then they all come out in your first feature, which becomes like very personal because of that, even if you're still finding your footing and finding your voice. But because NOSFERATU's been with me for so long, this is arguably as personal because I've been working on this film for 10 years or more. It was challenging to find something that truly belonged to me. It required writing a rich backstory for Orlok and a very rich backstory for Ellen so that I could then do my simple fairy tale, but with a different kind of perspective. It's sort of a strange feeling to actually be excited to share the movie for real. That weird feeling makes me a little more vulnerable about it as well, but I hope people enjoy it.
We are here encountering the undead plague carrier. NOSFERATU.
It's time. I'll tell you a story. A story of a cub, not much bigger than you.
So just to be clear, we're not in this story?
There's a lot of stories with all of us. Tell one of those.
Long before they became legends, MUFASA and the prince who would come to be known as Scar became brothers.
Hello, what's your name?
MUFASA.
I told you to wait for me.
We can't just leave him here.
Rules are rules, Tucker. The king will never accept a stray.
I'm not a stray. I'm just lost.
Lin-Manuel, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Love this movie that you put the music to about the lions and all like that. So of course,
Yeah, you have to wear the Detroit Lions. You have to rep our pride.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I gotta tell you, this was just a movie that really just kind of set me going. I mean, first of all, you remember the old line from the original Superman, "You will believe a man can fly"? In this one, you will believe animals can talk.
Yeah, absolutely.
It seems so real. But talk about just you getting involved as far as the music. I mean, it was just, I dare say, perfect.
Well, thank you. It's very kind of you. If Barry Jenkins calls, you say yes. I think he's one of our great storytellers. I think, like the rest of the world, I was very curious to see how he would, what him plus The Lion King equaled. And then I was blown away by the script he sent me. I just was like, I thought I knew about MUFASA. I thought I knew about Scar, and it upended and complicated everything I knew. And so I was thrilled to be of service to his vision.
And you're right. It's kind of like you think, because it's been around for, however many years, 30 years. 30 years, yeah. None of my kids were little, and now they're going to take their kids to see it.
Yeah.
But like you said, you think, okay, I got the whole idea, and you see this, and it's like, okay. Like you said, I see the little other parts, that I didn't know about. But it's a compelling story because even though it does involve animals, it's something that we as humans should watch because hopefully it'll open our eyes up to a lot of things.
Yeah, I think one of the gifts the movie gives us is it really allows us to have conversations with our kids that are like, there's no such thing as good guys and bad guys. We're not born good, we're not born bad. We are a collection of our choices and our experiences and our impulses. And I think by taking these characters that we've known pretty much all our lives, your kids' whole lives, and and sort of meeting them when they were younger and seeing the choices they made that led them to where we got to know them, I think it gives us empathy, and I think empathy is something we could all use a lot more of.
That's for darn sure. Amen to that. I also have to ask you, obviously, probably when you're putting the music together, they're sending you the clips. You might be watching like in a smaller studio just to get everything together. What was it like for you when you finally got to see this on the big screen with that big sound around with your music?
Oh, I mean, that's kind of the dessert, really, you know. And it's interesting with this movie, sometimes there would be storyboards first, but for the most part, I would write the song first. Oh, okay. And then I would see what Barry would get in the studio with his animators and his actors, and then these storyboards would come back, and it was always much wilder than what I could envision.
Man, like I said, I can only imagine it's like you seeing another kid being born, like, there you go, this is one of my babies up here. And, you know, tremendous cast, love the voice work and all like that. So we'll see what happens, you know, what may be coming up in the future with it as well.
Yeah.
So that'd be great, but I think I'm all set.
Awesome, thank you so much.
Thank you.
If we fight, we die! Just to be clear, I never signed up for this!
I'm here to protect you, my brother.
MUFASA! This was a bad idea! We're alive! I did it! I saved us!
You were saying?
Cousin. Is that right? Well, you wouldn't be the first relative I've killed. May thy knife chip and shatter. May thy knife chip and shatter.
Like a rolling stone, taking.
The Bob Dylan story in itself is a story about being an artist and how we find our way in the world. One of the things that's most important to me are the performances, is the collaboration with the actors.
Once upon a time, you're just so fine. Through the bums of dime in your prime.
Am I the last one?
Not quite. How are you?
Oh, well, you know, fairly dreadful. Have you seen the papers? Mm-hmm. Apparently it's already decided it's to be me.
And I happen to agree with them.
What if I don't want it? No sane man would want the papacy.
Some of our colleagues seem to want it.
What if I know in my heart that I am not worthy?
You are more worthy than any of us.
I'm not.
Well, then tell your supporters not to vote for you, to pass the chalice.
And let it go to him? Then I could never live with myself.
Are we live or going to tape?
Pre-roll on VTR 14.
10 seconds.
That's 6.
Ready on the fade.
5, 4.
Are we going live or going to tape?
2.
Go live.
Okay, go live.
Fade up, and we are live.
I want you to be savage. So let's go. Let's go!
Sing Sing is really just about brotherhood, more than anything. They said, we think we have a great co-star for you, Clarence Macklin. And I was like, I'd love to meet him. And immediately we connected so well. It was really beautiful and funny and organic. He felt like one of my brothers.
Working with Coleman Domingo was an absolute pleasure, man, and a delight. The brother's a ball of positive energy. He saw in me things that I didn't see in myself.
You did your thing, beloved.
Everyone on the movie collectively owns the movie. So all of our casts who are formerly incarcerated have literal ownership of their own story.
There was no hierarchy, and everyone felt empowered to contribute and to share.
Raise your hand, Mike.
We here to become human again and enjoy the things
that is not in our reality.
I feel the fingerprints of every single person who worked on it.
It was just a small group of people who wanted to make something more beautiful.
If you pour hope into somebody, you have a better chance of reaching them.
Now give him some love, give him some love.
I think it's just such a human story. We need art to thrive. You take away the art, you take away the soul, you take away the humanity.
It's been quite a year, Greg. As always, I love being a part of Movie Show Plus. I know our show has transformed, over the years here, but we go on. We survive. We move forward. That's what life's all about. That's the example I'd like to set for my son. And it's just always a pleasure to talk movies with you. And it's a pleasure being a part of this wonderful, wonderful artistic industry.
And you two, always great. We are family, as the old saying goes. And still one of the longest running non-news shows in Detroit TV history. So there you go.
Do you have anything at all that you're looking forward to in 2025, personally, professionally, movies wise? And what are you looking forward to next year?
Oh, wow. Well, like you said, some more great movies coming out. Hopefully, some more getting up and traveling and all like that. Was fortunate earlier. Was in London for Sonic 3, and I hadn't been to London in 4 years, but it was great to get back over there. Still remember the language, so there was no language barrier. I always love when people catch that joke. So good.
Did you make your way over to Beatles area?
No, because you mean like Liverpool?
Yeah.
Very, very funny. The very first time I went to London, I'm thinking, London's Detroit, Liverpool is like Warren. I mean, that close in distance. So I held over a cab and I asked the guy, I said, "Hey, how far is it to Liverpool?" And he looked at me and said, "You'd be better off taking a plane." It's kind of like London's here and Liverpool's all the way up there. And it's like, oh, never mind. But
I see. That shows you I know nothing about it, about London.
Right.
Well, hey, no, that's great, Greg. I'm looking forward to getting back into the movie theaters myself, 2025. I'm looking forward to Critics' Choice. I'm looking forward to the Oscar Gala in March. And I'm looking forward to Aladdin 3477 that we saw earlier in the show.
That was great. Great.
Yeah. But Greg, again, man, I appreciate you. You're a great friend. And let's do this. Let's wrap it up. And until 2025, everybody, we here at Movie Show Plus wish you the best.
All the best. Happy holidays, and best to you and your family too, Tom.
Happy holidays.
Same to you.
Check out MovieShowPlus.com to watch this episode online, and for exclusive content, extended interviews with Greg Russell, and a complete archive of movie reviews with Tom Santilli. Also, make sure to like and follow us on social media and on our Movie Show Plus YouTube channel.
And we'll just do a little rap at the end and be done.
Okay. Hip hop, hippy dippy bop, a bip boom bop. You don't stop bop with the bang bang boogie and the boobie doo doo biddy 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 bally doo. Was that the type of rap you were
keeping
talking?
all that in there? Keeping that in there at the end. That's the credits.